Right now, North American bats are facing a super devastating pandemic and called white nose syndrome, and it's killing millions of them. And so our team, we are essentially disease detectives for the bats. We travel across the country looking for information to help us understand why the bats are dying, but importantly, some aren't. Some are remaining healthy, they're not getting sick, or they're surviving through the winter. So we want to take that information and we want to predict how the disease spreads so that we can help maintain those healthy bat populations. Bats are super critical to our environment, ecosystem, and believe it or not, our economy. So every night in the warm season, bats fly around and they act or they provide sort of a free pest control service for us. They eat tons of insects that destroy our crops, as well as bug us in our backyard, like mosquitoes, right? So by saving or helping the bats, we are maintaining that free service, right? And we're also providing wildlife managers with the tools to help them make more effective, smarter decisions in conservation management so we can maintain our food supply and as well as keep the ecosystem in checks and balance. So our project integrates 3 key components. So first of all, we have a massive field campaign and field work where we're collecting the biological samples from the bats. And then 2, in the lab, we are analyzing the DNA from those biological samples to look for the genetic basis of survival. And then 3, we have a computer model. And we take all that information and we put it in the computer model, which is essentially like a virtual reality for the bats. And we are projecting how the disease spreads so we can identify populations at risk now and in the future. One of the most interesting or hopeful discoveries is that there's still survivors out there, which is suggesting that some populations are able to adapt or recover. Ultimately, our goal is to move from reacting to the disease to a proactive posture, right? Proactively managing the disease. And so we want to create tools, useful tools and sets of prediction risk maps that wildlife managers can use in their conservation efforts and their decision making and planning. It boils down to taking our scientific data, taking our results and applying it to on-the-ground management so that we can save these bats. This project could not have been done without a massive team effort. We have an incredible network of collaborators and partners and stakeholders, from federal to state agencies to nonprofits, universities all across the country, in the United Kingdom. So it's a really powerful example of how fields can come together. These different fields can come together across different sectors and countries to help solve a complex, challenging environmental problem.